What goes around comes around, we've heard it said.
Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward together with the Dekker Team.
And we're excited that for over 30 years, we've been able to come alongside you, not only selling, buying, and investing in real estate over 3,117 times, coming alongside you to build your fund, build your faith, build your finances, and even strengthen, heal, and flourish inside your relationships. And so really 30 years of building life, home, and wealth. And we're back with Wes to unpack and really just go, deeper, touch the microphone. If you're not watching, if you're only listening, you might have heard a pop in your ear, and I apologize. And so we're going to unpack why, when they came back again, did they not choose to move back into the house that you earlier shared you kind of kept with the intention that you would move back in? And now we're sitting here and it's only 3 years later. You're only gone about 3 years, if my memory's right, because we're 3 or 4 maybe. So pretty quick, right? I think you came back in 2013, if my brain's right. 2006, 2010, 2013. Okay. And we're sitting here in 2013. Yep. You're moving back. The house on Gladeview's continued to increase mildly in value, kind of our standard 4% per year on average, 4 to 5 in the Ottawa market. It had continued to do that through those years. So you were still in a good shape and you didn't move back in. What?
Right. So I think I spoke earlier about context being so important in making those kinds of decisions. And our context had changed significantly by that point in time. We had a baby at that stage. We had a dog at that point. We had another baby on the way. And I had been promoted since then. So our incomes had been different. Our wealth maturity had changed significantly by that point in time. So part of the decision was the Gladeview property wasn't suitable to us anymore. It was a great place to start. It wasn't where we needed to be. And also the renting it was working. Like when we started this, we were a little less confident because we didn't have the experience. Now we had so many more years of experience, had a great property manager established by that point in time. And so we were comfortable with leaving it to do what it was doing, creating that passive income for family wealth, and explore a new place that was more suitable to the context that we were in. So we bought a new place.
Well, it's just cool. And I want you to catch this piece right now. And that is, they could have sold Gladeview to buy an even bigger house, right? Like you could have put all your eggs in one basket. Right. And you decided, I'm going to keep that property, buy something that still serves our family, and not for as much money as I could have done if I'd put all my eggs in one basket. What was the rationale for going that route? Now you had so many more options.
That's right. So some time ago, and maybe we can explore this at a later time, but sometime prior to that, someone had introduced me to the concept of benefiting your family by finding opportunities for passive income. And capturing that was actually a value. So capturing that in the Gladeview property was something that was very important for me just to look at in terms of, got a new family going. This young baby is going to eventually need a college fund. And if we could get some benefit out of owning that property while we continued our own, purchasing new properties for our own living requirements, those were what were in the back of my mind in terms of not foregoing what we had built and were building with the original property and still being able to afford living within our means to have that second property.
So, it's amazing, right? So if somebody was listening right now and they're saying, I don't know about my maturity financially, what are some things that you did that helped you? I mean, you talked about you got promotion, so you worked really hard. What are some of the other things you did that gave you access to more financial maturity and money maturity? Right.
We, well, to be honest, we got ourselves out there in the financial world. We made some mistakes. We learned from them and went on. So at this point in time, I think we were in between financial managers. We found one that we really liked with a particular bank, and eventually he left. And so we went back to him. We followed him to where he went. And I found that personality, how much I've discovered runs on personalities and relationships. It's so important, the stakeholder engagement, stakeholder activities. So part of that was learning from others. Part of that was learning ourselves, getting into some financial literature, exploring. Part of that was becoming much more conscious of what we had in terms of wealth. And so we had, by that point in time, I had continued to track what we were spending on a regular basis, but now starting to, again, with that maturity, look at what my family's wealth was doing in terms of building or stalling or finding opportunities and the like.
I love it. And I hope you're picking up the lessons that Wes is laying down, because there are so many here. Like, surround yourself with great people is what I heard you say.
Yes.
And actually care about the personalities. And I think when you say personalities, what do you mean by that?
Well, it means somebody that we can trust. It's trust fundamentally. We thought that we would keep things simple by keeping our investments in a particular place as opposed to with a particular person. And it took us a while to come to, to gain the courage or the awareness to say, no, you know what? I want to trust the person more than simplify the financial aspect of things. So I guess I'd say there's a balance there. You don't want to make things overly complex to the point where you can't keep an eye on it and track it and the like. But I will also say that jiving with somebody, having good collaborative personality with somebody who can understand your takes the time to understand your context and really care about that, has a value in and of itself.
So, and ultimately, as you said, it has to lay with trust at the foundation.
Oh, absolutely.
Without the trust, forget it.
Yeah.
So if it don't feel good, don't do it. I think that's...
You need to understand why it doesn't feel good and recognize that that's a problem and you need to address it.
Yeah, that's a piece of wisdom right there. And then you also said reading, learning, digging in, I think what I heard you say, and I hope you heard him say, taking responsibility.
Oh, yes.
For their family's wealth, well-being, and having a vision for down the road. Having a vision for today, making sure you can meet your means, like you're not living beyond your means, you're living below your means, but then having a picture to run for.
Yes.
And what was that? What were a few elements of that picture you were moving toward that really gave you direction?
Well, I can remember, I think I sat in a wealth building workshop with you and Ken at one point in time, and Ken had specifically asked why I wanted wealth. And the answer to that was that gave me option space for my young family. And quite frankly, that's been critical. And we've used that recently, particularly with the challenges that we've all faced socially, to use that wealth to create that option space. And so quite frankly, part of it's fun. Like, I'm a numbers guy and it's fun to watch things.
And Ken, he should be here with you. And that's why he's going to get to come and enjoy you shortly.
Indeed. So part of it's that, but really the driving force behind that is just to make sure that we've got option space with the family.
So I hope you heard this. Why? Why do you want to grow your wealth position? Why do you want to build passive income? Why do you want to live below your means? Why do you want to own more than one property? Like, get your why. Get your why, right, Wes?
You need to have that clarity, because decisions need to bring you towards a goal. And if you don't have the clarity of that goal in mind, then you really don't have good means by which to make the right decision consistently.
That's perfect. And Gladeview is worth over $600,000 now. So if you've been tracking through this whole, I don't want to be remiss and not share that little piece of wisdom. And so we're honored to be your advocates on the journey of building wealth, wisdom, and worth.
Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward